Hi, I'm Lori Rebar, and I'm here to talk with you about the Organizational Change Management Plan for Florida Atlantic University Libraries and the One Button Studios and Multimedia Lab. Florida Atlantic, or FAU, is part of the state university system. It's one of 12 universities within Florida that's a public university. It's run by a board of trustees, and over all of the universities is a board of governors. Within the past few years, the BOG instituted metrics for funding, and in the first year, FAU was next to last place. We didn't get very much money. The next year, we rose to 6th position, much better. And this year, recently announced, we are tied for first place with the University of Central Florida. So we're going to be getting much more funding now. FAU's mission statement is, Florida Atlantic University is a multi-campus public research university that pursues excellence in its missions of research, scholarship, creative activity, teaching, and active engagement with its communities. For a few more details, FAU has said it wants to recruit and retain the highest talent in faculty, staff, and students. It offers many undergraduate research opportunities. It's wanting to make wise and innovative allocation of its resources and invests in student scholarship and student success initiatives. Among FAU's goals is to increase the number of online classes and class seats by 2015. And this has been mandated by the Florida Board of Governors for the state university system. Also, FAU wants to continue to rank high in metrics each year so that it can enjoy sustained elevated funding. It also has said that it wants to become America's fastest improving public research university, and it strives to enhance the technology infrastructure to promote research and education. FAU students are diverse. In fact, we have one of the largest international populations within the United States of international students. We also have diverse ages. FAU High School has high school students who are attending high school and getting credit towards their diploma while also taking university classes towards their college degree. Our undergraduate students include those coming first to FAU as well as transfer students. Graduate students include both GAs and TAs, and we also have certificate programs, especially in business and education. Lifelong learning attracts many retirees to both Boca and Jupiter campuses, and we do have multiple campuses: Boca, Jupiter, Davie, Fort Lauderdale, Dania Beach, and Harbor Branch Oceanographic Institute. FAU's faculty and staff is also diverse. They have experience in teaching and research. They are of multiple nationalities, and they've received their education in multiple places throughout the world. They have varying backgrounds, and many of them are involved in mentoring both for undergraduate and graduate students. All faculty are required to do research, to publish, and to make presentations, and many of the staff also do that same thing. Faculty are now doing both online and face-to-face classes, and as mentioned, the online classes numbers are going to increase. Staff has a lot of interaction and outreach with students, and they're involved with many student offices and organizations on the campuses. Boca Raton is FAU's main campus, and that's where Wimberley Library is located. We've recently done a space allocation review to see what works, what doesn't work, where we can put more seats because we have students sitting on the floor, and how we can just change the configuration of things in the buildings. We've done surveys, focus groups, meetings, and we're not done yet. We've noted also that there are very few spaces on campus for creating videos, and none specifically for students unless students are part of a particular class, like maybe art. We're looking at reallocation of space, and one of the areas that does not currently get much use is our current multimedia lab on the first floor in LY 124. To the right is a diagram of what it looks like right now. You'd enter at the bottom right, go through the door, there would be a podium on the right. You see two tables, they face each other. on the right and left side at the top, and those have TV/VHS players on them. The podium is there to be able to practice presentations, and at the bottom of the drawing it shows two PCs with multimedia software. There's also a projector with a screen at the top wall, and that also contains whiteboards for group presentations or projects. So when you walk in the room, there are those whiteboards, the projector screen, to the right is the podium, and then you can see both of the tables with the TV VHS machines. On the north wall, there's an odd wall that juts out, and you can see lots of wasted space in the middle of the room. There's another odd configuration at the table and chairs mirrored on the other side. There's a drop ceiling area. That drop ceiling area is also seen at the right of the next picture, and you'll see the door that we came in through and also the computers as they're set up right now. There's both standard software and special software loaded onto the computers. Those pieces of software that are bolded are software that are known to need to be updated. In other words, they do not have the most current version of the software on the computer. Here's a drawing of what we would propose: two one-button studios, one at the top right and the other at the top left. The smaller one would be for 1 to 2 people to record, the other one for 3 to 5 people. The remaining space would be the multimedia lab in about the same place where the computers are now, having room for 2 Mac computers and 1 PC, some additional chairs that could be brought around, the latest in software, and also dual monitors for each computer. The podium that's currently in the room could be placed in either one of the one-button studios for use there. So you may ask, what is a one-button studio? It's a fully featured audio and video recording studio that creates high-quality recordings. All that's required is a USB drive that the user brings in order to be able to record and save a recording. There's a simple one-button start and stop for the recording, and Penn State University created an open access computer program that controls the camera and lighting, so you can use their program. In fact, they even give all the specifications for free as far as the equipment that's needed. You can also use a projector to show PowerPoints, Prezis, or anything else in the background. It's suggested that we might have some of the FAU logos available so that when people are presenting, they would be shown in the background. You could also use both the traditional projector screen or blue screen or green screen. So here's what a typical configuration would look like: the lighting coming from multiple directions to reduce shadows, the projector, that PowerPoint, Prezi, or background, a camera to record, the screen that the Prezi or projector would be projecting onto, and then a kiosk or desk with that large one button and a USB drive dock and the computer. So how does a one-button studio work? This is all you have to do. Insert your USB drive into the port, and then that will start the studio lighting and also start the recording software. When you're prompted, push on the large button. When you're done recording, press again on that same button. At that point, the studio lighting will turn off, the recording software will close, your USB flash drive will be ejected. All you have to do is remove the drive when the lights turn off, and your recording is there in MP4 format. So the benefits of this: no technological knowledge is required. You don't have any learning curve. You don't have to manipulate software. You get great results, and as you can see from the little timeline down here, you avoid having to set up lights, camera, mic, capture the recording, review it, compress it, save it into a format. All of those things are done automatically for you. There are many uses, and they might overlap between students and faculty: creating videos, practicing for things, creating online or professional development seminars, any number of different things that you could do with these. For the Multimedia Lab, you could be working on animated videos, graphics, web development, designing posters for poster sessions, scanning images into the computer, and also do any number of edits. The question is, why do this in Wimberley Library? Well, it's open until 2 a.m. 5 nights out of the week, so it will be available for faculty, staff, and students during those times. It opens at 7:40 in the morning, 5 mornings out of each week. It's fully staffed while it's open, which is great because that makes it more secure, and it's also centrally located on campus. A guiding coalition has been suggested, including the Provost's office. The Provost's office works with faculty, and so we'd want representatives, senior reps from all of these different areas: provosts, undergraduate and graduate colleges, class, which deals with student success, student tutoring, student government representative, student affairs, career center, multicultural affairs, veteran center, maybe reps from each of those groups or at least one of them. The Office of Information Technology, which handles all of the computing and technology for the entire university. Office of Undergraduate Research and Inquiry, again dealing with those undergrads who are getting into research, and also within the library, since it would be located within the library and maintained by the library, it would be the Dean, Assistant Dean of Public Services, Head of Access Services, Systems Rep, those would be the people who would maintain the computer. Creative Services would be involved with the marketing, and also Reference would be involved with the creation of an online guide and policies. So the guiding coalition would include a variety of users, students, faculty, staff. You'd have multiple viewpoints, leaders from different areas, different skill sets would be represented, and you should get a lot of good input and also feedback from people. So to develop the vision for the One Button Studios, one button access, so simple. Only a USB is required, saves as an MP4, standard format, no technology skills are required, and no staff are required in order to run the recording for you. There has been a very high success rate at other universities based on statistics that are freely available, and again, located in the library at the heart of the campus and in a staffed building with extended hours. For the Multimedia Lab, it would have the new PC and 2 new Macs, each with dual monitors, upgraded graphics, multimedia software. You'd be able to create visuals, web pages, audio and visual projects, flash and image editing. The flatbed scanners would be attached directly to the computers, conveniently located in the same area, and again, located within the library. So here's a glimpse of some of the One Button Studios. You can see at the left side one of the kiosks, to the right another one, and the center picture at the bottom shows you how small an area could be used successfully for a One Button Studio. For the Multimedia Labs, again, looking at those dual monitors, and 2 of the machines would be Macs. To communicate the change vision, we'd want to take the vision to the university community, use visuals to show the simplicity of the design, diagrams to show how easy it is to use, the online reservation system, which would be required in order to allow people to reserve this, have the branded templates available on the computers or for projected background, and also produce videos using the One Button Studio to demonstrate their use and develop news stories of other success stories with it. To empower employees, we'd suggest lunch and learn sessions in the library and throughout campus and other areas to show the simplicity of the One Button Studios and provide a forum for some discussion. Also, we would want to demonstrate both the One Button Studio and the capabilities of the Multimedia Lab to supervisors, members of the coalition group, others in the university community, and also make a video of the Multimedia Lab facilities and software along with that of the One Button Studio, publicize the technologies by print and video, issue news and press releases, have the online resource guide, and make handouts available for library staff and others on campus to distribute.